Hey, what's up? Thanks for clicking on the video. If this is your first time here, welcome. On this channel, we normally talk about fitness things, home gym stuff. Basically, as a coach, I'm trying to pass as much knowledge as I have on to you. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to help you answer them. If you're a regular around here, you'll notice my background looks a little different. So why aren't we in the garage? Well, it's because our usual space is a little preoccupied. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Christmas and I love decorating, but I can't wait to have my gym back. So for now, let's go back inside and talk about this GoWOD app. So now that we're back at my desk, let's talk about today's video, the GoWOD Mobility App, specifically the movement assessment that it takes you through. I've heard a lot about this app and seen quite a few Instagram posts from famous CrossFit athletes, other YouTubers, things like that they use this app and they swear by it. Now, I'm not sponsored by this app, so I'm gonna give you my honest opinion on their assessment, and this is just coming from one coach's opinion. So take it for what it's worth. So first things first, why would you be interested in taking this test? Most likely, you've been told by a coach or another athlete or the internet that you have mobility restrictions. You can't overhead squat, you can't kip and do a pull-up, you can't do muscle-up, something. And somebody has told you that the reason for that is you can't get your body in the correct position. So you're trying to find a financially responsible way to attack that. And a free movement assessment sounds like a great way to do that. And I wouldn't argue with you. So let's jump into it. What's in this test? Well, there are 10 separate tests testing multiple joints in the body to see where you are restricted in your mobility. Now, only 3 of those are upper body and they all focus on the shoulders. 6 are lower body centric and 1 is more of a full body kind of test. I'll go through them really briefly, but you're gonna see them when you go through the app. So the first one they have you do is internal rotation of the shoulder. The second one they have you do is an external rotation of the shoulder. The third one they'll have you do is flexion of the shoulder. This is where they do the full body assessment and they do kind of like a CrossFit level 1 squat therapy assessment, testing your overhead squat mobility. Then you've got the lotus stretch, followed by hip flexion, hip rotation, staggered forward fold, feet together forward fold, and finally ankle dorsiflexion. The test will have great videos and little tips on how to do the test without cheating the test. The videos are most helpful. It actually helped me set up each and every shot for this video so that it looks similar side by side. But now that you know what's in the test, let's talk about some things that make this test feel less than perfect. Number 1, it just feels incomplete. When I finished, not only had I noticed that I did only 3 shoulder tests and 6 lower body tests, I noticed that there were certain joints that didn't even get tested. So it didn't isolate my knees or my wrists. And I felt like that's 2 joints that should definitely be in there, as well as certain performance positions, such as the front rack, that weren't even addressed. So I'm sure there was an absolutely perfect explanation for it, but I just felt like, what's one more test? It couldn't have hurt, right? Another thing that I found difficult was diagnosing my own movement. Had I not had this camera pointed at me the whole time so where I could see where I was and what angle I was at, I would have simply been guessing on how far I got on any one of these tests. To me, that's like going to the dentist and trying to see if I have a cavity. It just doesn't seem like that's the best way to do it. The last thing, squat therapy. Making people squat face first against a wall, to me, doesn't promote the best squat that they can produce, because they're afraid of rubbing their face on the wall. So they're instinctively going to lean back more than normal, and they're just not going to be able to squat comfortably. I feel that it is a much better test to give them something to hold overhead in that overhead squat position, and then just assess the way that their body moves as a coach from a third-party perspective. Now that I've totally bashed this GoWOD app, and it sounds like there's no way you should ever use it, let me give you a few reasons why I think this is definitely useful for the average exerciser. Number 1, this assessment is free. All you have to do is download the app, put in an email, and that's it. If you don't want their emails, you can unsubscribe in 2 clicks. It's that easy. The second thing that's great about this app is the exercise catalog is huge. Again, this is not an ad, but I scrolled for a good 40 seconds or so, and I didn't get to the bottom of the exercise list. And the last thing I really liked about this test in this app was that the test was easy to follow. The videos were very well shot. It was very clear on what I was supposed to do. The directions, albeit might be incomplete, what they had in there was very clear of what they wanted to see. After the test, it gives you a mobility percentage, like how close are you to being 100% mobile? And it puts you on a path that helps you fix your biggest issue. I am 63% mobile, and overhead is by far my worst area. I'm really good at putting my arms up, but I cannot pull them back, right? So my shoulder flexion is my biggest issue. So even if I don't purchase a subscription with their app, I know where to start. I know what my problem is. I can go to my coach, I can go to my gym, I can probably just Google online some quick fixes. But if I want to do the GoWOD route, because they've already given me this information, perhaps they have a solution for it. So maybe I want to buy in. All right, so we know what's coming with the test. We know the pros and cons, and now we've seen somebody's results. So what's next? Who needs this app? Anybody who does not have a coach who's overseeing their movement, whether that's in a class setting, whether that's one-on-one, whether that's remote. You should probably be getting some kind of coaching on your mobility, and this app is not the worst way I've ever seen. It does get individualized to you and your restrictions, and it's not gonna break the bank to buy a month or two just to see some improvements. It'll break things down for you into pre-WOD, post-WOD, and daily mobility drills, which I'm gonna break down in a different video, so keep an eye out for that one. If I've already done it, it's gonna be linked up here. Now, when you buy your first month, apparently you get like a 14-day free trial. I think Wit Fitness had a promo code, so I'll put that down in the description. We'll see if that still works. Let me know in the comments. So that's pretty much everything you need to know about the GoWOD Mobility Assessment. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, or if you want to get a faster response, just go ahead and DM me here, either my Instagram or my Twitter. I'm always keeping tabs on those, and let's just start a conversation, right? Cool. Hey, this has been fun. Keep an eye out for future videos. 2021 is gonna be the year. I'll see you guys later.